Right, gents, I'm live on YouTube now, so your voices are also live.
Hold on, let me go to push the talk, Nicker.
Okay. All right, I'm like 4 minutes early, but it's getting late yet. It's already 10:30, so, well, close to 10:30. So, right, you want push to talk, you say?
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. Right. Gentlemen, and ladies, if there are any, I didn't plan on streaming again today. Hello, Rob. I didn't plan on this, but Zibo wrote the fix on his mobile phone. Then when he got home, he quickly compiled it and he gave it to me, and he smiled and said, I can stream again. So I'm complying, even though it's late. I just hope I can keep my wits about me. All right, so in the interim, I've set up the whole aircraft. I'm literally starting the APU now, and I'm just going to do this flight quickly. It's an hour flight anyway. So I hope you guys have brought enough to eat and to drink with and to be merry and to keep me awake all the time. Hello, other Rob as well. Welcome back. I honestly didn't think I was going to stream again today, but there you go. Anyway, Twixter did such a good job on this flight model. And with the Zibo integration now, it's bound to be nicer and nicer every day. Let's see. Yeah, there we go.
Around the cockpit,
so what's your PM, Uncle John?
Beacon on. There we go.
No, as soon as I log on to the EFB.
Is that when it starts?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
All doors and hatches are closed. We're connecting now.
Hello, Steve. Welcome. Hello, James. There's the nose lift.
I'm going to a different airport.
Right, yes.
Nose connected and bypass pins inserted. Release the brakes.
There you go.
Okay, push is commencing. Go ahead and start the engines.
Yeah, it does. It does. But we've got another one here in Discord that you can come and try that's new and fresh. Hello, Toby. So, hello, Dave, you do. James, if you want another one that's more current, it also doesn't download, but it is more current, so you can come fetch it here in Discord. I spoke to another developer and I asked him to bring his product here to Discord as well, and if you guys like it, then we'll create him his own channel as well. What he says he can do is he can give us a tool whereby you can change your registration on the livery. See there, that registration over there.
Operations complete. Set the brakes.
So I haven't seen it yet, but you know, I'm hoping he brings it, that we can play with it, and if you guys like it, you know, another feather in the cap for a user that made something useful. Oh, cool. Yeah, I see you sitting here with us, Mikma.
Just disconnected and bypass pins removed. Signals on the left. Have a good one.
No, Dave. No, feel free. Feel free. You can link. No, just take it easy on Discord, okay? And think logically. Everything works logically. So I've tried to make it as easy as possible on our Discord. I know we've got an amazing amount of channels and rooms, whatever you want to call it, right? But you know, just take it easy, read through it. It's all about the reading, and I know most of us don't like reading, including me. But unfortunately, you know, it is the thing that makes it work. Where's this guy? Oh, there he goes already. He's done. Ports and amps, okay. Right. Let me sit upright and pretend I know what I'm doing. Mikma, the changelog is in the chat. Oh, sorry, not in the chat yet. I need to put it in the chat. It's in the description below the video. Let me go fetch it quickly. But what changed in the last hour was Zibo fixed the controllers. We couldn't turn left and we couldn't pitch down. So we had to quickly fix it. That's the difference between C and D. But the main changes is this. There, I've pinned it for you in the chat. That's the main changes for this version. Okay, so what happened was Zibo added a yoke curve, and the yoke curve works in conjunction with the Twixtor flight model, and then obviously there's Zibo code and all these things. So the whole thing got tied up and married together, and because Zibo is now using his own yoke curve, we don't have to use the cubic controller curve anymore in X-Plane. Okay, so he's kind of substituted that now, and so Twixtor and Zibo just work together to give us an even better experience, basically. You know, I mean, if you take that, there's no other flight model I know that's as advanced as the Twixtor one. You know, he just did magic there. You know, and then Zibo had to tie everything together, and it all just worked out in a certain way. You know, so now you just need to be in linear. In the previous video I did show it. I can actually show it now again. Why not?
Approaching 0.
Just need to make sure, because that then the Zibo code will tie in with the Twixtor flight model, basically. Yeah, the cubic one was absolutely stunning up until Zibo added his own curve thing now to marry the two together. Okay, there was nothing wrong with it. It was amazing. It was super. But you know, things changed. So now to marry the two systems up, that was the decision. Right, let's quickly see. Yes, we've got that weather radar. Drop you a little bit there, there. Okay. Yeah, no, I understand that. I'm also talking about the explain 12 settings, right? So let me quickly get that on the screen here. Right, so if you go to your joystick and you go look at your response curve, right? So in 7A and 7B, we used the cubic one because that was how we were going to move forward. And then Zibo added now in C and D his yoke curve, which takes away the necessity for the curve and it marries the flight model and the Zibo code, you know, just in a different way. That's basically it. So both my response curves are now linear. As easy as that.
On runway 08.
Okay, so there we go. There's right, there's left, there's down, there's up, there's right, and there's left. It seems I have control. And there's Toga. That's solid. Wow, that's nice. That is really nice. Wow. $400. It's good one day. $1,000. I flew this route. This is the third time in the last 5 hours I'm flying this route. The first time, in fact, no, I'm lying. It is the third time, but the one I wanted to tell you about is the one before that. So I've been at it. This is the fourth flight then. Okay, so I hand flew from Phoenix 60% of the way all the way here to test it. Then I wanted to go from here to Denver, and right at the end of that flight, that's when I got the C, and you know, I came back and did it. So 3 times this particular flight, once the one before. So I've had my fair share of flying today. Check this. I'm really watching. Look at that temperature, it's climbing. I'm pretty sure Active Sky, see, I didn't go through that routine. I'm pretty sure Active Sky didn't connect properly to this explain. Because we shouldn't have that. It's weird. There, see, there Active Sky kicks in. See, look at that. Ay. Even I forgot now. In the previous stream, I actually went through the whole motion of everything I do to make sure it is working. And then, you see, I was too hasty to get in the air now. I forgot. Silly, eh? At all.
Field safety, we recommend that you keep your seatbelt loosely fastened in case of any unexpected turbulence. We have an excellent team on board today, and we are all happy to offer you any assistance you may require.
Exactly, Tara. Yeah, it's all related to the new code. Sorry guys, I'm muting my mic every now and then. It's only me and my son that's still awake, and I'm trying to minimize noise and all, so I don't speak that much. So if I miss something somewhere and I didn't speak to you, I apologize. No, this thing is smooth. I mean, like I said, flying 60% of the way, even into the cruise earlier today. It's unreal. It's really nice. Yeah, this one's better, Neil. Dave, it's not that unrealistic to go to 258 knots before the nose starts pitching up, because obviously the aircraft, uses the extra speed, to get a better climb rate, but it shouldn't stay there for too long. Once it goes to like 258, the nose should start lifting, and you should see an increase in the climb rate. Yeah, there's a setting here where that you can switch the sound off. My friend, this is a test flight. We are purposefully testing, and that's one of the components. I pinned the changelog here at the top of the chat, so if you look at the top, you'll see a little blue bar. If you click on it, you should see the changelog.
$1,000 to go.
Thanks, Toby. Now you're asking me. That's a good question. Sorry, it's a bit late. My brain is not very fresh. I'm not sure if the settings I'm thinking about is actually open for modification in the EFB. What I can tell you is it's modeled according to the real equipment, and just off the top of my head you should have a 40 nautical mile radius and a 2800 vertical coverage. Okay. You can obviously, by changing the distance here, because those are your distance settings, right? You can change the distance, but like I say, it goes to like 40 nautical miles, and then up and down it will be 2,800 feet. But whether you can actually set it here, sure, but I can't remember. I don't think so. I don't think that's something Zibo allows us to set. Can't remember seeing anything like that. No, it's too late for me to really think. I'll have to go read through it nicely. Jacob, it means that you don't need to have the cubic setup in your controller anymore, because it's now part of the code. That's all. So in your controller you make it linear, and then Zibo uses his code to tie Twixter's flight model with his code and bring it all together for us now. So Zibo's got plans for the future. I'm not going to say too much about that, but that was done in lieu of what he's planning for the future. The strim is almost dead now. It's very stable now. Well, the yoke in the tablet just wants you to make sure that there's no noise. So if you go to your calibration, when you change the pitch and the roll, you've got to return back to 0. If you do not have a neutral 0, if there's any movement here, you need to up your numbers. You see, like I've done with my rudder pedals, because I picked up lots of noise on the rudder pedals all of a sudden. That pod's busy going, so I had to increase my value there to get rid of the noise. So when it's in the neutral position, you have to be on 0 stable. Just change those ones. That's it. Uncle John.
Yes, sir.
I'm nodding off here. You better keep me awake.
Okay.
Listen, I think it's time we gave up and go to bed, man.
Yeah, I want to try one more thing.
Okay.
I guess it's pretty late for you guys.
Well, for me, it's just after 11 p.m. now. Thank you for the coffee. Yeah. Jacob, Zibo and Twixter both gave me very detailed explanations about future plans there, right? So they know what they're doing. It's about all I can say to you. I'm not going to get into detail. They know what they're doing, you know. They've got it covered.
I noticed, Nico, you always use Varo. What's the difference between Varo and radio for decision height?
Well, usually Cat 1 and Cat 2 is done on Barrow, okay? Cat 3 and sometimes Cat 2 is done on a radio. The only difference is a radio means it's the radar in the aircraft that determines the altitude. So the Barrow refers to something like 200 foot above your airport elevation in relation to your sea level. okay? Whereas radio is the actual height from the ground to the aircraft. You understand?
Yeah, I got it.
Hello, Frank. No, James, no. You still set up your yoke in Explain. The only difference is you need to make sure that you're using a linear path over here. Click apply, go to the next one, make sure it's set to linear, there's no interference, and apply, and that's it. So your roll and your pitch is done from Explain. And then the Twixter flight model and the Zibo code then marries everything together, and we have the new Zibo. Yes, with Barrow you don't have to have a signal. It measures from sea level basically, and it gives you, a barometric pressure altitude. But with a radio, the radar measures the distance from the aircraft to the ground. There's the sys page. Hello Dennis, welcome. Because it's new code and we're testing the code, Jacob. It's brand new code and this is part of my test tonight. That's why I'm looking in such a skew angle at everything so that Zibo can see in here. Yeah, not a problem, James. Lots of guys are just pseudo pilots and all, but we love what we do. Why not? Hello, Thunder. Well, the trim is on the elevator, so I think you're moving in the right direction. Frank, you must be careful. There's a new setting in the EFB that says it syncs your throttles. Okay, just make sure that sync on the throttle is off. Well, Jacob, see, it's getting late now. I can't really concentrate too much. I'm just showing what I need to show, and Zibo's seeing what he needs to see. I couldn't care less what's happening, and they need to figure it out. It's between him and Dexter. Tomorrow morning when I'm fresh, you won't be able to catch me out. I'm just too tired right now. Yeah, it's just too technical for me and my brain right now. Exactly. And this is my 4th flight in the last couple of hours, and I did one this morning, so I had 5 flights today already. It gets a bit much, man. Oh, thank goodness there is top of descent. Charlie, yeah, the Zibo doesn't support the tilt thing yet. And we've spoken about it many times, but explain is not ready or something like that. So this is your weather radar over here, the whole control thing, and you can actually set quite a few things there, but it's inop, it just doesn't work. You know, it's just there for the look and feel. It's a prop. flown a 747 in many years, I won't be able to tell you. Here's a nice article for you guys that want to go read up on the difference between the stabilizer and the elevator and things like that. I thought that I would just quickly search it, and then I got this nice one. So there you go. Some nice pictures as well. I'm not one for long, I promise you. Enjoy, Dave. When this thing stops on the other side of this flight, I'm diving into bed. Jacob, sorry, I just noticed your comment here about increasing the throttle. In this version of X-Plane, for some reason, the moment I pull my speed brake, the auto throttle releases. It doesn't stay in place. Then I've got to go back and re-engage it. What I've just noticed for the first time tonight is that my engine number 2, the lever, the thrust lever, was actually way forward. I don't know how it gets that. It's like it got a command somewhere to go forward. I just got it, you know, the last moment there in the corner of my eye. I just saw this thing went weird. And then I had to fiddle with it to bring it back in line so that I could re-engage the auto throttle. So I don't know what that's about. That will need some more investigation. Paul, I wasn't looking. I was talking on Discord to somebody. So I don't know what happened. HD, good morning to you. It's very late. I'm off to sleep. Boy, PC crash is not nice. Yeah, it's mostly straight forward, straight in. I have to just keep my eyes on the wings now as well. The ice yet, but the engine anti-ice, that's good enough. Okay, Jacob, sleep well. Not sure what you mean. Make my what rolling? We know that the aircraft rolls a little bit left, right, left, right, left, right. That seems to be an X-Plane thing. Yeah, James, you've got to be conservative when it comes to settings. Are you talking about that rolling that you see there? Left, right, left, right. Apparently, from what we understand and what the guys are telling us, everybody I speak to, it's something in the weather engineering. Can you explain? Must be ILS transition. I think the field of view is something like 88. Let's have a look soon. Yep, 88. You're welcome. Thank you, Thunder.
Radio altimeter.
They started already. You're on the islands, man. Thank you, Steve. Let's see what we can do now. No, James, no. The co-pilot wants to take it. I'm fine with that. I'll exit through the closest window with my parachute, but I'm going to be
1,000.
Speed stabilized, Mr. Burchell, exactly.
Approaching 3-5 left. Too high. Too high.
Flight slow. Flight slow. Flight slow. Flight slow.
Okay, you guys be told
Flight slow. Take
to
rate.
the military approach.
500. 400.
Civilians.
300. 200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20.
Take rate.
10.
Beautiful recovery. Yeah. I promise you, I was behind the aircraft and I just couldn't catch up. I just couldn't. You know, it was just running away from me, so I just had to do what I had to do.
Absolutely.
80 knots.
Thank you, guys. Yeah. I'm taxiing like an idiot.
One 1,000 feet remaining.
Very interesting approach. I'm sitting here with socks on my feet, trying to control this bloody slippery rudder. It ain't working. Yeah, exactly. No, when you're tired, man. That's too much. I did have fun. Yeah, I did have my fun. Guys, I'm not even going to taxi further. I'm going to call it a night right here. You guys must go have fun. We'll talk again tomorrow, I believe. So, you guys have fun, whatever you're doing. Go sleep, the guys that needs to go sleep. Cheers, guys. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Nico, for showing this. Appreciate it.
No problem.